What an intro. Thank you so much, Sarah. That's really a pleasure to be here with all of you. And how are you doing today? Perfect. Hi, everyone. My name is Mariia. I'm leading people operations and recruitment at CowDAO. And today, my goal is to provide you a short intro about CowDAO, about the products we have, and dive deeper into some exciting stuff which we have since last week, which is fair community auction, and also explain a bit more how to become a solver, and perhaps even motivate you to become one of them. What is CowDAO? CowDAO is a decentralized autonomous organization of developers, market makers, and community members with a mission and a vision to provide the most user-friendly and productive products in the ecosystem, and to make DeFi safe and seamless for everyone, no matter if you have crypto background or you are new to that. CowDAO has 3 products. The first one is Cow Protocol with Cow Swap UI on top of it. What's that? It's leading intent-based trading protocol, and I would dive deeper into that just in a second. The second product we have is Cow AMM, which is the first MEV capturing AMM deployed on Ethereum. Basically, it's a liquidity pool. And the third product, which I highly recommend you to have a look at, is MEV Blocker, which is a leading RPC protection mechanism on Ethereum. It's basically a bot which you can connect to your wallet, and if you're trading on some other platforms rather than Cow Protocol, it can save you from the MEVs. Let's talk a bit more about Cow Protocol. As I mentioned, it's intent-based DEX aggregation protocol. And Cow Protocol leverage intents run fair combinatory auctions and the largest solver network in DeFi to bring surplus capturing. We are also providing the MEV protection for everyone who is trading on Cow Protocol. What is intent-based architecture? We all talk about that. We all say that this is super important, but what's that actually? When the user comes to Cow Swap UI, they define the intent by specifying the sell token, buy token, amount to sell, and the slippage tolerance, but they don't specify the specific execution path they want to proceed with. In that moment, the solvers step in and they compete to fulfill this intent, offering the best possible price for the users, and with that, taking all the risk of the user and delegate it to themselves. In summary, Cow Swap provides safety for the users, and they don't need to think about how the trade will be executed, because the solvers, the one who are responsible for the execution path and bearing all the risk. Why intent matters? There are many things. I would like to highlight today a few of them. So first of all, it's simple UX, simpler UX. Users describe what they want, not have to get it. So they don't need to understand the contracts, the protocols, and so on. With that, we want to come closer to the mass adoption and to engage lots of different types of users, not necessarily even those who are crypto native. The second one is gasless trading. It doesn't mean that you don't need to have gas, but what it means that all gas fees paid in the sell token, so you can save your precious ETH. The next one is no fees for failed transactions. You shouldn't pay for what didn't work, what you haven't received, obviously. Execute multiple trades at once, and of course, ecosystem innovation. With the solvers competing through matching intents, there might be lots of interesting solutions for the users. As well, Cow Protocol protects you from MEVs. MEV stands for maximum extractable value. You can read more about this one. And what MEV Blocker does on Cow Protocol, it's basically saves your assets, saves your money from front-end, back-end, and sandwich attacks from the bots. Sandwich means both front-end and back-end. As well, Cow protocol provides you the surplus on top. That's something what I was mentioning at the beginning, and I would like you to provide you a bit more information about that, since this is very important, and this is one big benefit, I believe, for the users who are trading on Cow protocol. The surplus means that you receive something on top from the minimum amount you expected. You can see the real examples here, and you can see what is the surplus from the trade. Cow swap. Let's talk a bit more about the fair complementary auction and also the solver competition play role in that. How many of you have seen this UI? Cow team, obviously. Okay, so many of them, many of you. This is a very straightforward, our favorite UI of CowSwap. What you see here is basically the asset you want to trade. You also specify the minimum you want to receive, and that's it. After you wait when all the magic is happening, and in the end, once your trade is executed, you hear our iconic moo sound, right? We still love it. And what's happening behind the scene, it's way more complex. I try to explain what's happening behind the scene. However, there's, again, just some information. There are multiple details around what is indeed happening in the UX. Once you go to Cow Swap UI, you specify what you want to trade, and all the intents the same moment, all the other users who are trading the same moment as you do, gathering and collecting in the order book. After, you can see that there is another stage, which are solvers, and in the autopilot, there is happening, in order book, there is happening solver competition. The way how solvers can compete, it's quite complex. There are various mechanisms. They basically can connect to the liquidity pool. They can connect to another peer. That's also what our acronym COW stands for, coincidence of wants. When you have what I want, I have what you want, so peer-to-peer trading, or it can be connected with a liquidity pool or with the other peer, basically ring trade. In that mechanism, it's very happening some other stuff, which I'll explain in the minute. And the winning solutions, they are submitted through the driver on chain. In the past, the way how the solvers were competing, we used a specific algorithm, which we called batch auction. What is a batch auction? A batch auction is a trading mechanism where multiple orders are collected together. It's not like one order at different time, but all the intents, all the orders, they are collected and executed together at once in batches, rather than proceeding each trade individually in real time. With that, multiple trade intents auctioned off simultaneously, and each solver proposed a price for each trade in the batch and the solution which they want to provide for the intents. The best solution wins. What is the problem with the batch auction? The thing is that traditional batch auctions select a single winning solution, which can limit the number of trades executed in parallel solution exist. We gave some study, we took some time to investigate what can we do differently and how can we do it differently to speed up our trading, to provide better price for our users, and leverage our solver competition in general. Solution which we found is fair commutator auction. The goal is to increase the protocol throughput and provide stronger fairness guarantees to traders, to the users. With the fair commutator auction, and I want to tell you that this is something very unique, implemented by CowDAO, and we start using that from May 21st. You can read more information about the fair commutator auction in CIP 67, and you can download all the links in the QR code, which I will share with you in the end of the talk. And the reason why we decided to proceed with the fair commutator auction, again, because of the better prices, because of the faster execution, the stronger fairness guarantees, solving the surplus distribution issue. And what I mean by that, imagine we have two users who are having exactly the same trades at exactly the same time, and the surplus, the question is there, and sometimes solvers were hesitating what exactly surplus do we need to give to both of those users. Should be the same, should be different, and so on. Quite often it was quite different, and with the fair commutator auction, how it would work right now, it will work that they receive the same surplus on top if they're trading in the same time. We will have multiple winners per auction that gives to the solvers to submit multiple solutions at the same time. With that, we will have also more creative solutions. We will have the solutions from other solvers who are working on, again, like on peer-to-peer trading and matching peers and proposing those solutions that they wouldn't necessarily propose in the past, because in the past they could propose only one solution, and if they were hesitating about the second solution, which was even more creative, they would submit the solution which they believe will win in this certain moment. And winner selection algorithms enables a unified order book across all chains. We are at the moment on 4 chains. And we plan to scale and to have more chains, joining more chains, to have more users. And with that, we don't need to have the order book, which I was mentioning in the previous slides, for each chain separately. But what we can do, we will have one order book for all of them. It will simplify a lot for us. So let's have a look once again. And to sum it up, the fair commutator auction is happening in that, in the middle, basically, where the solver competition is part of the fair commutator auction, when there are multiple solutions can win. What is solver competition? In a few words, it's basically a game which is played every few seconds. There is also another CIP which you can have a look at. And the purpose of the solver competition is rapid execution, decentralization, so it's not like everything is decided by COW protocol, but actually we have multiple solvers who are proposing various solutions for the users. That we call decentralization, and we're also solving complex challenges. Instead of submitting the trade to another liquidity pool, we are proposing lots of various creative solutions, and also including the tokens which are new to the market, right? It's also quite hard to sometimes to include them, but that's part of the solver competition. I'm very proud to say that right now we have 31 active solvers. It's double since the last year, even slightly more. A year ago, we had 14 solvers. Right now, we have 31. So it's grew a lot. We are very proud of it. And what I would like to mention, that those solvers who joined the solver competition, they stay there. Only few of them left at the very beginning, but majority of them stays, and we are very proud of it. We do our best to support them when it's needed. And you also can see where are we based on what chains, which is mainnet, Gnosis, Base, and Arbitrum. You also can see how many solvers are on the multiple chains. Becoming a solver. So this is a juicy part, which I also would like to let you know and possibly motivate you to become one of our solvers. Before that, I would like to provide you more information why to become a solver. What is the reason behind of that? There are many of them. I would like to specify and highlight a few of them. First of all, you will have an impact. You deliver better prices to the users and make every trade a win for them. You will get rewarded by the DAO. And you can see the amount which we provided to the solvers during the first year, during the second year, and during the third. You can see that during the second and third year, we provided 16 million of cows, which is less than the first year, but indeed it's more because the cow token price was much higher during the second and third year than the first one. So in total, it's much more than during the first one. And also the last one, you will put more strengths into the herd, cow herd, and help make the protocol more decentralized and robust. This is something what we are working on. We want to ensure that our products, our operations are more and more decentralized. We want to have more and more community members, users, contributors, core team members joining CowDAO and making DeFi seamless and better for all. We are open for having a few more solvers. If you're one of them, please let me know. Before I proceed with more information, I wonder if any one of you already tried to become a solver. No? Okay. There are a few steps how you can become the solver. First one, you talk to the core team, and I will also share more information how to do that, and the QR code in the end of the talk. You set up the bonding pool, and you hop in, or you can join the existing CowDAO bonding pool. You can see that the numbers for the bonding pool is quite high, I believe. It's 500,000 of USDC plus 1.5 million CowDAO tokens. And you would ask, why do we need to provide this amount to the CowDAO? So first of all, we don't take those money. They are on hold. The reason why we need that, because if you have your own driver, you have access to very sensitive information of the users. You basically get the direct access to the settlement contract. And this is super important, super risky, and we want to ensure that we provide to our users the best security possible, that they feel secured with us, supported, and they don't bear any risk. The second one is we want to avoid malicious solvers, and there are many reasons and many ways how the solver can become malicious. Of course, there are many other reasons, but those two are the biggest one, which I would like to highlight. If you don't have your own bonding pool, if you don't have this sum of assets, you can join CowDAO bonding pool, which is already exists. The onboarding process includes a few steps. You can see them here. I won't go through them. We also have the reduced bonding pool, but only for those solvers who are already with us. Or you can join with CowDAO bonding pool and proceed after some time with the reduced bonding requirements. There is specific requirements. You also can go through the CAP 44 to read more about that. I would like you to scan this code if you are interested to read more and to learn more about all the information which I mentioned, lots of links are there, as well as the information about how to become a solver and any other. So take some time. I also would like to let you know that we are hiring, we are scaling our team, and as I mentioned at the beginning, I'm leading people operations and recruitment. So if you have any questions, not only about the solvers, but also about the recruitment, feel free to come and talk to me. I would be very happy. I also like to let you know that we have the referral bonus. If you haven't found the role which is you're interested in, and you know someone who might be suitable for the opening roles we have, you can refer them to us, and in case they proceed, everything is good, then you receive your referral bonus, which is up to 6K USDC. Let's stay in touch. I'm more than happy to talk to you after the talk or during the next few days. You can connect with me on LinkedIn, Telegram, Twitter, and ask me any questions you might have. And that's all from my side. Very grateful to be here. Thank you so much for your time and attention.
Thank you so much, Mariia from Caudal. That was I mentioned I'm an archaeologist, so that $6,000 is looking great. That would cover the rent and all my research. That's fantastic. So I'm going to sign up to that. Any questions for Mariia? Please use that opportunity. No. God, come on, you got to engage, guys. I'm going to engage. What is, you mentioned a lot of amazing stuff that you're doing right now. What does the future have in store for Caudal? What is something that you would like to achieve in the next, say, a little bit of time?
Thank you so much for the question, Sarah. The great question, great question. I believe we want to do a lot of things, but we also want to be very mindful of the resources and time we have. So we like to focus instead of doing everything at the same time. Few steps after having the ferrocommentary auction on place, we work more in depth on the decentralization of our products, something we also mentioned already during my talk. We're also planning to grow and to be on different chains, so we put lots of efforts into that. And of course, always leveraging our products, getting more users with the ferrocommentary auction. That's one way how we plan to get more users, and we indeed want to have very different users, those who are the crypto native, those who doesn't understand at all how the UX works, and they don't need to, but because of our seamless UI, they can easily understand what they need to click on and how to get their execution done. Thank you so much.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. One more round of applause for Mariia from Caudal. Thank you.
Thank you so much.